But baby, that's not your man. And that's never going to be your man. That ladies and gentlemen, is a creme de la creme. Then you either have to be okay with being number two, baby, or you have to find somebody else that's gonna make you number one. Hey y'all, welcome back to Through with a Splash of Tea, a podcast where we either speak to brilliant people, do this thing one-on-one, or have best friend chats with my best friend T. I'm your host Cass, and let's get right into it. So today we're gonna talk about how what's not for you will never create a space of comfortability for you, and specifically when it comes to dating. So what's not for you will never create a space of comfortability for you, and specifically in the realm of dating. Whew, that was a mouthful. Okay, so basically, if he ain't for you, girl, you're never gonna be okay, you're never gonna be comfortable, you're never gonna feel at peace in that relationship. That's that on that. And I strongly believe that. I strongly believe if you're with somebody that's not for you, that's constantly showing you red flags that you're not acting on because you don't want to or you're not ready to yet, okay, but you can try and push and shove and try and make that man into your man for as long as you want. But baby, that's not your man. And that's never going to be your man because that's not the man for you. And that's okay. That is okay because that means once you let that man go, that allows you to finally have the time, the space, the opportunity to entertain the man that is for you, or to get yourself to a better platform, to a more elevated platform in order to be able to receive the man that's for you. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the one. Getting yourself to a space of, hey, I'm not with anybody right now. I'm going to leave the person that I'm with right now because I know that they're not for me, and I know that I'm just with them because they're comfortable. I'm going to leave them right now. I'm going to date myself for for a period of time. And in that dating myself, I'm going to work on pushing myself to become the best version of myself that I can. And in that time, I'm going to network. I'm going to be outside. I'm not going to be a hermit. I'm not going to only be inside maybe once a week. I'm going to go outside during the evening, sometimes on weekdays, sometimes on weekends, and I'm going to meet new people. And during that time of my elevation, while I'm meeting new people, there is a very high chance that I could bump into my future husband or my future wife. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a creme de la creme. And that is, I feel like, a space that everybody should experience at least once in their life. A space of exiting a relationship or ending a chapter or ending a past chapter of growth, and starting something fresh and new and saying, hey, it's just going to be me being with me for this period of time. This is a list of things that I've been interested in for a few years now. I'm going to tackle this many on that list. And in that time, I'm also going to schedule at least one evening, during the week where I'm outside, where I'm at a networking event, where I'm at a friend's house, where I'm just doing something random and new and fun. And in that time, I'm going to speak to people and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to initiate conversations, even though it might sometimes feel uncomfortable. I'm going to do that in order to grow my network and in order to potentially find my future spouse. Beautiful. And I say it like it's easy, and I know that it's not. Don't get me wrong, you guys. I know that it's not easy. I know it's not easy, but even though it's not easy, it's super worth it. And because it's not, one of the reasons that it's not easy is because it's worth it. So it's important to do. It's important to have that conversation with yourself and be like, hey, am I with the person that makes sense for me to be with? Because I truly believe that this is my future person, and I know that I want to settle down, and I believe that this is the man or the woman that I see my future with. Or am I here because it's comfortable? Am I here because I've been here for 4 years? Am I here because he makes me laugh, even though he makes me feel like shit, like 70% of the other time? 30% of the time he makes me laugh, and I can focus on the laughter, and I can focus on like seeing our future. Girl, you don't deserve to be happy 30% of the time. I'm like, it's especially if you're dealing with somebody else. especially if you're dealing with somebody else, bro, because you could be happy 30% of the time dealing with yourself. Why throw somebody else into the mix? Why have them be the one that's creating a space where you're only happy 30% of the time? No. Mm-mm. And this PSA isn't only for girls, it's for guys too. It's for the guys listening too. Like, if you really, really, really are into her and she has friend zoned you for 6 years, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to hold your hand as I say it. Year 7 will not be any different. Year 7 will not be any different. What I believe is it in your best interest is to, yes, remain her friend, but also use this time to focus on yourself and focus on your growth and focus on creating. You know what I heard on a podcast one time that was beautiful? It was actually my very favorite podcast episode. So I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it I'm going to embed it to this video so you guys watching can see, and I'll put it in the description of this video. But in this podcast episode, it was said that it was beautiful. There was a male and female guest. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm forgetting their names. But it was a male and female guest. They were married, a husband and a wife. And the wife said, no, the husband said that he had received advice from his dad, and his dad told him when he was like swooning over the wife that he has now, and he was like, hey, like, I don't understand, like, why she's not, like, why she won't, like, I know she's interested in me, but she won't, like, slow down for me, or not essentially slow down, but she won't, like, take me, like, consider me, like, bro, she's interested in me, but she won't consider me, like, what's going on? And he was like, Dad, what do I do? Like, what should I do? And his dad was like, do nothing. And he was like, huh? And his dad was like, why don't you focus on creating a life that she wants to be a part of versus creating a life that you want her to see, essentially? Because that's not the quote verbatim. And he was like, that made, like, essentially that made so much sense to him. Why don't I focus on creating a life that's so spectacular, creating an elevation path that makes so much sense, that makes me the best version of myself? Why don't I focus on that? And she's going to see that we're in the same realm, we have the same spaces, we're on the same social, like, in the same social media platforms. Like, she's going to see that and be like, hey, I wish I was a part of that. Or, damn, he's doing a lot, like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could. Focus on creating that life that somebody else would want to be a part of. Creating that life where you're having so much fun that you don't even notice what's going on outside, because everybody else will notice you shifting. Everybody else will notice your change. Everybody else is going to notice that. And all that comes on the other side of you leaving that guy that doesn't value you, you leaving that girl that's showing you 16 red flags. You're saved under when I need Chinese food on her phone, and she literally only calls you when she needs Chinese food because you'll buy her the Chinese. Like, bro, you deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve better. Or if you're saved under Kicks Man, because anytime she needs a pair of kicks, she can reach out to you and you'll buy them, and she never has to really talk to you until the next time she needs a pair of sneakers. Like, come on. What are we doing? Like, come on. Like, you deserve better than that. And ladies, like, you deserve better as well. If this man has shown you 7 red flags, then that's what it is. If this man has shown you that he is not going to leave that other woman in order to value you and keep you number 1, then you either have to be okay with being number 2, baby, or you have to find somebody else that's going to make you number 1. That's where we're at, baby. And again, this isn't easy, so I understand not everyone might be there just yet. I get it. Take the time that you need, but baby, time is ticking. Don't forget that time is ticking, and we're not getting any younger, okay? And you deserve as many happy years, happy and valued and poured into years as you can get. That's what you deserve. So I'm just saying what you already know, okay? Sir and ma'am, I'm saying what you already know. And another thing that I want to add is a lot of the times we'll be like, okay, I'll just tweak this thing. I'll just have him tweak this thing, and then he'll be like, it'll be better. Or I'll just have her tweak that thing, and then it'll be better. Or I'll just if I just suggest he do this and then he makes that change, it'll be better. And then you keep doing that and doing that and doing that and doing. You can't keep trying to build and restructure and do and copy and paste and move this and move that in order to make a red flag man a green flag man, or in order to make a red flag woman a green flag woman. That's not your person. Why are you trying to shove something that's not for you into a hole that's your? Well, hold on. That's gotta get a little aggressive. But no, why are you trying to fit somebody into a mold where they do not fit? And it's not fair to them. Why should they twist and alter and turn in order to appease you? Because that'll make them better, because that's a better version of them to you. That's the better version of them to you. But maybe that's not the better version of them for themselves, for what they're interested in, for what their path is supposed to be, for what their path is. So it's very much, it's honestly pretty vain. And I know we don't see it that way because it's like, how is it vain? I'm trying to better them. You're trying to better them in a facet that they've shown you time and time again that they're not interested in evolving. Maybe they're interested in evolving in a different way, but you're not allowing them to do that because you're so interested in them. Focus on getting this job, focus on getting this job, focus on getting this job, focus on getting this job. But at the end of the day, you have a masterful painter on your hands. Maybe he should be focusing on painting. You know, maybe he should be focusing on painting and not getting on freaking Wall Street, and keep that 17 an hour dollar job, pour into that painting as much as he can. And maybe y'all got maybe you guys figure out a game plan. Okay, bro, you got a year to figure this out. This $17 job isn't cutting it. Maybe we can help you find a job that makes you $20 to $25 an hour. We help you find that job. You won't get a State Street job where it's taking all of your brain power. We'll get you a job that you can make 20 to 25. It takes a little bit more of your brain power, but you can still pour into your painting. You got a little bit more money to even spend on said painting, and let's watch you go to the freaking moon. But you're so focused on having him be on Wall Street, be on Wall Street, be on Wall Street. That's not because in your eyes, okay, if he makes mad money, then later he can focus on the painting and he can buy all the paint that he wants. But right now is when he wants to focus on it. So who are you to tell him and to steer him in a different direction? You see? So I'm not saying that you're wrong, because you're not wrong. You literally want to see this person elevate. But the way in order you want to see, the way in which you want to see them elevate isn't necessarily the right way. And that doesn't mean that you're wrong, but it means that it most likely isn't the only right way. And maybe that's not the way that they can digest things. Maybe they need to digest things in a different facet in order to still end up in the same place in which you're pushing them to end up. But maybe they don't take the path that you're pushing on them. Maybe they take a different path, and that's okay. And it's also okay if that path does not include you. It's also okay if that path does not include you, because you losing them or you moving forward from them, which isn't necessarily a loss, allows you the time, the opportunity, and the space in order to find the person that makes perfect sense for you. The person that is essentially yours. You entertaining somebody that's not yours for longer than you need to doesn't do anybody any favors. It actually does you a disservice. So think about that as you maneuver through life and as you continue this relationship or situationship or wherever you are in life, really. Just something to think about. I'm going to end that episode right there. I know this was a short episode, but I just filmed another one, and these back-to-backs are a little crazy. So moving forward, I have a different plan as to how I'm going to film these, because I think that might be a little easier for myself. But yeah, so thank you guys so. I always mess up this ending, and I don't know why, because I say it all the time. It's not like it's new. Thank you so much for watching if you watched. Thanks so much for listening if you listened. And again, Through with a Splash of Tea can be caught every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on all streaming platforms as well as YouTube. Thanks so much. Bye.